This is just one of these places where this is Appalachia. This is what you expect and what you want to see when you explore the Appalachian Mountains. This is a place that's not been heavily occupied with tourists and hikers and people moving in, so it's still in very much a natural state. Welcome everyone, and I am back with a new adventure, and I am in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. We're in North Carolina, Ashe County to be specific. And I'm here with Brian. He has brought me out here. And if you follow Brian, you know Brian has done a series of videos on feral people. Now, this place is unique in a sense because he got a message from a subscriber explaining to him what happened. And the son of this subscriber is a flight medic. So he got a call to this area and they found a man leaning against a telephone pole. Now this man was covered in ticks, he was kind of deformed and on death's doorstep. So they take him in and come to find out he has a disease called kuru, which is a disease that is only contracted by eating human flesh. And also on his charts, once they examine him, he is severely inbred. So that fits every description, and this is an area that has been reported for feral people. Now, the history of feral people, where they come from, it's kind of unclear. Brian was saying that a lot of people say back in the Civil War, there was people that didn't want any part of the war, so they kind of went off into the wilderness and started their own civilization, and over time, through inbreeding and, you know, all of
back to their primal instincts.
Yeah.
To survive.
So there's been claims of people being attacked around here.
Yeah.
And these people have been seen in this area. So we're on this mountain and we've drove about 4 hours to get here. And 3 of it was on back roads.
Yeah.
And a good chunk of it on a gravel road that I didn't know if it was gonna make it or not.
Yeah.
So
just some back roads.
So we're here. And as Brian said earlier, if you watch his video, if there is anywhere that feral people are at, this place will be it. And we're going to search for evidence. And you know, knowing what's going on and knowing the history, it puts you on edge a little bit. But we're going to explore, and all that aside, this is a very beautiful place. So I'm very happy being here. And we're going to go check it out. So guys, follow us. So this is just one of these places where this is Appalachia. This is what you expect and what you want to see when you explore the Appalachian Mountains. That just goes so far up and then so far down. Like Brian was saying, this is a place that's not been heavily occupied with tourists and hikers and people moving in, so it's still in very much a natural state. And we're walking in here on an old roadbed that I'm assuming used to be people that lived up here, but now it's being preserved. It's an uneasy and a peaceful feeling at the same time. I don't know how to describe that really, but I think just being out in nature, out in the forest, it is my happy place. Yeah, very amazing.
And this is an area that has not been overtaken, you know?
Yeah, driving here, I mean, you've seen some of the footage coming in. This is remote. This is country. This is
Yeah.
not very heavily populated. Oh, that's way down there. I hear a river down there too. So this is the normal path. Sometimes it's fun to take the path less traveled. And Brian just yelled out that he found gold. So we noticed this path here.
Pyrite.
Is it pyrite? Some deer tracks right here. And then, yeah, this trail's definitely, this is an old road. It probably led to an old homestead or something.
Yeah.
Or a mine. But I do see some gold or coal here. So there's a lot of water coming down this trail. It's getting a little muddy and soupy, but with the coal I'm seeing, I wonder if there might be an old coal mine or something up here. We'll keep pressing forward and see. So the mistake of this is we're up here towards the top. And if there was a mine, it's been filled in. But this trail is covered in nettles. If you don't know what nettles are, they're a sharp, prickly little plant, kind of like a briar, but they're real fine and they embed in you. And legs are bleeding. Should have wore long pants, guys. We won't have any skin left on our legs if we keep this up. Man, my legs are on fire. We both wore shorts, which is fine when you stay on maintained trails. But when you get off the trail like this, it's a good thing to wear long pants. And I debated that today. I didn't bring any, but oh yeah, I'm walking through this. It's eating me up. And it's gonna be slick going down because of all that mud. Be careful not to fall. I was talking, I didn't hear. What was it?
So my thermal goes out when I point in this direction right here.
It goes out?
Yeah.
That's weird. Like just stops working.
It stops working, and then when I turn back this way, it's spot on.
Huh.
So, maybe y'all people see that. I'm gonna show. So, right in that direction here.
Okay, so we've come back down. My legs are on fire.
Dude, my legs.
Yeah, it's like they stick in your skin. Yeah, it itches and burns all at the same time. It's awful. I was seeing something move down here at the bottom of this. And this is full of those, so
Yeah.
if you want to go down, go ahead.
I ain't doing that.
Now, people have been attacked on this trail.
Yeah.
It's been reported
Yeah.
by what the people, local people call them cavemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like Jurassic Park. Now, it's always been fascinating to me that people have moved into the wilderness and over time have become feral. Out of all the stories, legends, things that are out there with the mountains, this is probably the most possible, in my opinion. I mean, it's very likely that a group of people went off into the wilderness at some point in time, and through generations of inbreeding and just being away from society in general, have become feral, almost creature-like. So I don't know. It's something that I probably fear this more than anything else out there that is legends in these mountains. But I'd like to see some evidence. Maybe, I don't know that I want to stumble across a feral person, because that could be highly dangerous. But from what I've read and the stories I've heard, they primarily come after elderly people, children, women, and you know, the weaker, you know, the ones they can handle or take advantage of quickly. Keep hearing something behind me, but oh, Brian, check this out, guys. There's Brian. There's a waterfall. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. It's not a huge waterfall. What's that clicking? You hear that? That was weird. It was a clicking sound.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like,
Yeah.
or more like that. There it is again. Something's running down here. Guys, if y'all see anything out of the ordinary, is like, there's a lot for me to see here. I mean, you look, it's all this. Please let me know in the comment section if I missed something. It's so cool. This is the things I love coming across out in nature. Like, it's just so peaceful. Like, wouldn't it be cool to set up a tent like right here with this like white noise sound? That'd be kind of fun. Brian's having equipment issues out here with his thermal camera. Like, and it's more when he points it in certain areas, it won't work, which is kind of strange.
You are kind of showing up. There you are.
He's got me in it.
But everything else is like jet black.
It's weird. Now at this point, we're probably about a mile or so in on the trail, and no signs yet. We're trying to find footprints. We're looking off the trails a little bit, trying to find any evidence we can of these feral people. All we have are reports, and the one gentleman who we discovered. Do what? No, I haven't been over there. Like a bear footprint or a shoe?
It's a heel.
Brian's found the heel of a footprint there. Yeah, I went, see where he's at, right there. I went around this way and I walked to the waterfall and then come back around. I heard something behind me. Like a lot of it's woodland creatures and such, but there's still, like, it puts you on edge knowing what has happened and that these people exist out here. I believe it. All the evidence points towards they are feral people. And it's so plausible that it could be, that they could actually be here. So, personally, it's like that, you know, it's like indigenous tribes and stuff. It's become that point, you know, where it's like leave them alone and let them be. It's kind of how I feel about it. But when they attack people, that's when things get worrisome. But sometimes you just gotta let groups of people have their space. There's a worm. Watch for snakes out here too. They are poisonous snakes. There are copperheads and there's rattlesnakes in this area, all through Appalachia. I don't want to go too far ahead. I don't want to get separated from Brian. He's still back there at the waterfall, which is just back there on that bend. I want to just kind of walk up here and take a look around and see what I see. A little bit of separation, just to, you never know. This is such a rich, dense forest. It's very dense. Like it's, Brian has a GPS someone sent for us to use, and it's nice. You know, you can wander off the trails a little bit more. But if you are a novice hiker, novice going in the forest, and don't know how to read a compass, I suggest staying on trails for sure. It's the safest, and the trails always lead somewhere. You know, especially if it's a maintained trail. I always recommend, if you're not very experienced, stick to that. I learned at a young age how to navigate, so I feel comfortable wandering off. But I always keep a compass on me as well, just in case I get lost. Some weird markings on that tree. There's a lot still not known. There's a lot of mystery still with the feral people. Where, you know, do they live in caves? Do they have structures? You know, there's a lot of questions we don't know. My research has been minimal, but I'm going to be doing, this is going to be a series that Brian and I do together. This is Brian's baby. He started this whole thing, and he's asked me to join him on some of these adventures, and it's extremely fascinating to me. All right, I'm gonna catch back up with him and then we'll move forward. You found footprints of a bear?
No, like humanoid.
Like bear human footprints? Yeah. All right, guys. If you want to see that, go over and watch his video.
You can see like the curvature of the side of the heel with the appendages of the toes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Now, you know, could be a hiker cooling his feet, you know, but it's interesting. I wouldn't go barefoot out here.
No.
Especially with all those damn plants that are stinging the shit out of us.
Yeah, is your leg still burning?
Dude, my legs are on fire.
Mine are too. They were bleeding in the back.
Yeah.
This is beautiful though, man.
Oh, it is.
So in your research, Brian, have you found any like evidence of like where they live, structures? Is it caves?
It'd be cave systems. So they're often spotted in areas where there are more elaborate cave type systems, whether they would be an individual cave system, where they are kind of broken apart. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they've got like the labyrinth types of caves.
And this is definitely an area that's probably littered
Oh,
with various
100%.
caves.
I mean, with all of this water here.
Yeah, all this water comes from a cave.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, that could be a cave right there.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and that's the thing. You see these little holes.
Yeah.
And if that leads to a cave entrance, they could have dug their way through that, and just big enough for one human to fit in. And they're not going to be overweight. They're all going to be smaller people.
One of my subscribers.
One of your subscribers had an encounter.
Yeah, and they killed his dog.
Oh man.
Yeah. But he was out kind of hiking like this.
Yeah.
Came around a bend and saw like a cave system, kind of like that. And, or a rock formation that was kind of like that, but it had a cave attached to it. And he said he saw one, I think, in the mouth of the cave.
Wow.
And then down below where there was a stream, there was a smaller one.
Huh.
So they're like really deformed looking.
I'm just imagining they're running around naked.
Yeah. Yep. But that detail kind of varies from what I've gathered. Sometimes they're completely naked. Other times they're wearing like a deer skin.
Huh. Maybe to keep warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, like places like this along the trail. I don't see any like actual cave openings, but if there were, this is a spot.
There's 100% somewhere in that.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a prime spot where, you know, this being could be hiding, watching, and the right circumstance, right people come by, or right person make their attack. And, you know, you imagine someone getting drug into this, who's ever going to find it? Who's ever going to know? You know, these people have reverted to primal survival instincts. And we're seen as food. And we're walking right up to them. That's what's so scary and dangerous about it. Oh man, this is just, imagine heavens like this, the peacefulness of it. Yeah, no nettles. Yeah, and like Brian said, like, I mean, if you wanted to live in the wilderness, like, who's gonna know you're here? Who's gonna know? And you learn these mountains, you learn how to navigate these mountains. They're yours. People like us coming in here, we're just learning this trail. This is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percent of what's out here that's unexplored. And this is a fairly rugged mountain, so if you can learn to navigate this, and they have generations of it on us. And the weather's perfect today. It's not too humid. It's this cool mountain air. It's supposed to be 90 degrees at home. Yeah. And it's probably like 75 here maybe.
Yeah.
It's so nice. Like I'm sweating a little, but that's just because we walk quite a ways on the trail. But so guys, just so you know, Brian is running thermal. And if you want to go to his channel, now if you're not familiar with Brian or you don't watch his channel regular, he has a video out where he caught a large humanoid creature on thermal. He sent me a screenshot and I was shocked. I'm like, are you sure no one's there? He's like, no one's here.
Yeah, I recorded front and rear camera the entire time, so there would be no question as if I was alone or not.
Well, I
And-
wasn't with you. I know that.
Yeah, I know. But it wasn't until like after it was like an hour and a half after investigating this one trail that it showed up, and it just comes out of nowhere. Like it's so weird how it appears.
Yeah, guys, check that video out. Just go check his channel out if you haven't. It's pretty good. So yeah, as we're walking, we keep hearing this clicking sound. I've not heard it before like this. I hope I caught it earlier if you can hear it. Oh, this is so beautiful. So beautiful through here. Straight up that way, straight down that way. Check out these vines. It's cool. There's a lot of them grown together here. Really cool piece of furniture. Now I do encourage, if you have experiences or know someone that has experiences in other areas, because it's more than just this area that these type of people have been reported. Please let me know. Hit me up. DM me on Instagram. Send me an email. All that's down below in the description. I'd like to know because we want to continue this investigation into the feral people. That's interesting to see. Hang on, we'll show you guys something. All right. There. If you look right there, that is a little cave entrance. I don't think that's big enough for a person to fit in, but it's definitely a little hole that goes under those rocks. Brian just took off in the woods up here. I'm looking for like trails, like kind of like a game trail situation where maybe we can find some footprints. Brian's already found one barefooted footprint. So this mountain laurel is something that it always has freaked me out because it's so dense.
It is.
And predators love to hide in this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like mountain lions,
Yeah.
bobcats, they all hang out in this because it gives them good coverage and they can pounce out easily, attack their prey. And if there's feral people, they would utilize this. Did you see anything interesting when you stuck your head in there?
No.
It's a weird opening on the other side of this though, between this and that rock.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like something.
It would be a good trap area. Don't you hate that feeling when you get like debris in your shoe and it irritates your foot? There's nowhere good to like take my boot off and
Probably want to take the boot off if you already got it. Shake it out.
I'm going to here in a minute. Heard that clicking sound again.
Yeah, I know. That's a fall right there, man.
Yeah, it is. See how slick that rock is.
Oh, God. We'd be at the bottom of the mountain and no time.
Yeah, no thank you. I'm looking for feet here. Now imagine if they run around barefoot, I imagine their feet would probably be more deformed. I keep looking like up in these areas of the woods, looking for any sign of movement, life, anything. Water running down the middle of the path here. Ryan is down here. I walked up this hill. I hear it, Brian. Is there something big? Where's it at in relation to me? Is it on the trail up here or is it in the woods? And is it moving towards me? I hear that clicking sound again.